Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your host of Zenrama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, and not particularly a sailor of the seven seas. I don't know that I've ever been in any seas. I've been into an ocean and a gulf, but not a sea. Be that as it may, today we are going to be reviewing the 1963 Captain Sindbad movie, which was released, of course, due to the overwhelming and huge success of 1957/58 Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which I'm not sure if I've reviewed or not. 792 episodes is a lot to keep track of, and I don't have the spreadsheet open. But before we get too much further into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Have you seen this movie? It's a lot of fun. It doesn't last too long, and it's got a great Sinbad. It's just fun. It's a little undone because the effects are not Harryhausen level, so it gets compared to that, which is unfair to the movie overall. But I'll use the word fun a lot here. I'm quite sure of it. So, if you're ready, let's roll. Here is the poster I swiped that from. The movie itself is, like I said, from 1963. It was obviously tried to capitalize on the success of the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which is most excellent. It stars Guy Williams between after Zorro, but before John Robinson in Lost in Space, and he's excellent. He's so good. And then it was shot in, where was it shot? It was filmed at Bavaria Studios in Germany and was distributed by Metro Goldwyn Mayer. There we go. It's the King Brothers production. The King Brothers brought us Gorgo and Rodan and many fine, fine movies that I have reviewed already. This one I've seen. I probably haven't seen this one in, I recorded it off TCM when it was slightly letterboxed, probably in the 90s. So I don't think I've seen it. I haven't seen it since then. And I regret that because it's fun. You can get, I believe you can get a DVD-R of it from Warner Brothers Home Archive. I'm not 100% sure. They don't have that listed here on Wikipedia. But it runs a whopping 85 minutes. It was originally released June 19th, 1963, and the language is English, although some of the actors came from all over the place, as we'll find out. Directed by Byron Haskin, who we've also seen a movie or two of his. If we scroll down here, we've seen, we will see Robinson Crusoe on Mars, The War of the Worlds he directed, and let's see, Conquest of Space, From the Earth to the Moon. So he did a lot of stuff for George Powell because, George Powell said to his bride, when worlds collide, we'll give you some terrible thrills. And we probably will be reviewing War of the Worlds here on next Saturday, I believe. So, Byron Haskin, and we start out in the fictional country of Beristan, which is very peaceful. It says it's ruled by the evil El Karim, but I believe that that's not quite it. There is the wizard Galgo, played by Abraham Sofar, who is a British actor, and he kind of overplays it a little bit. His facial expressions, but he's got a little bitty, probably a leopard cat there, who he shrinks, and he sends up smoke signals. He's got control over weather. He scared everybody, and he drops it into the ocean. The Princess Jaina shows up, played by Heidi Brühl, who is a German singer and actress. And she's good. I believe she's probably bilingual because I'm sure that's her voice, which has an accent, but it sounds good. And so she wants to know where Sinbad, her true love, Captain Sindbad, is. And there he is on his out of scale ship. The miniature is a bit out of scale. Gee, many Christmas. I never know how that happens. Let's scroll. Look at all that. Let's scroll back. I really should start over, but I'm not going to. So there's a storm approaching. See, it's too small for the amount of people that are on it, but they get through the storm. He says, give them some wine. And they're a spoiled crew, but they're the finest crew I've ever captained. And that is, nope, not him. Where'd he go? No, come on. Oh, that is Walter Barnes as Rolf, a Viking on a what would ostensibly be a Arabian ship, but so what? So they send up a smoke signal to tell the princess they're on their way, and unfortunately, she's very imperious, but she's also very kind and smart. Unfortunately, the bad guys show up, and that is there he is with his mustache. That is El Karim, played by Pedro Armendariz, who is a Mexican American actor known for The Pearl. Let's see, who else have we got here? Is that? Well, I don't know who this guy is, but I liked him. I think he could have been a big star. I don't know what his name is. And the king, she's like, let's wait for Sinbad. And he's like, we're too late. This guy. And she wants to go warn Sinbad because El Karim has set out a trap for him. And that is a potion that helps him get through the day, but it's an alcoholic potion. So it's a running joke. She says she literally says Sinbad is our only hope, not last best hope, but I can't help a Babylon 5 reference here and there. So he turns her into a firebird and shrinks her down and sends her off. But that's not Ahmed. It might be Mohar. Anyway, he finds her gown there because she had to take her off her clothes because he can't turn silk into feathers, which is a nice touch because a lot of times they just turn clothes and everything. See Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger. And there he is lounging about. He tells them what's happening, but El Karim has this ring he stole from Galgo and it controls him. Turns his head around. A nice visual there. His head just spins around his body. And that there is Quinius, played by Bernie Hamilton, who is best known as Captain Dobie in Starsky and Hutch, a show I watched like 4 episodes of in my entire life because I like the bird. Looking to see if he was in Battlestar Galactica 1980. Scream, Blackula, Scream. I don't know that I've seen anything else here, but he's mute in this one, but he's given a lot of screen time, so obviously they liked him. They're going through the clashing rocks. Oh wait, that's Jason and not Sinbad. But they're following the dolphin. They see dolphins and they just follow him right through. She lands. He says he's going to give it to Jaina and tell her that he rested it, and she bites him. And then they call them rooks, but they might be rocks. They they grab her, so they're not giant, but they drop giant. Then they drop giant rocks on the ship, which are you can tell the ship's not quite to scale, but it's okay. I would have loved this as a kid. Never aired here in Fossil Bed. It was an adventure movie. There's sword fighting. There's some monsters, and magic and piracy. Well, sort of. Sink the ship, and he's all happy. He grabs the Firebird. She's naked under there, but he's like, ha. But he brings her back to full size and burns his hand and then covers her up because, Golgo might be under his El Karim's control. Boy, the look she gives him. She's not happy about this whole thing. These 2 fishermen pull Sinbad from the seas, and no, he doesn't say he's a Martian. But I also can't resist King Ghidra, the 3-headed monster, which is, shades of things to come. But I can't resist that either. He doesn't say he's a Martian prophet or even from Venus. And, There's some food. There's a dance scene that goes on. Galgo figures out how to make his art. He tries to be the elongated man, but gets his hand burned. And ow, 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 because El Kareem wakes up. He was trying to retrieve the ring, which is smart. No problem there. I don't know how he knows where to go, but. And Sinbad meets up with his crew. And they're all happy. And he says, well, I've got to get in the palace, so I'm going to pretend to be a thief. Gets arrested. And now he's going to be sentenced. So he walks up. She's like, oh, that's Sinbad. She doesn't say it, but, she doesn't. Her poker face is not good. And he's like, oh, why do you show such interest? He asks for mercy, working that. And she's like, I know it's Sinbad. So there's a bit of a small riot, but these people just they know that they can't defeat El Kareem. And we're about to find out why. And now Guy Williams was a fencer. He knew how to fence. He took lessons. He does very well in the Zorro series, which we will get to. There's just a lot of them. But it's very enjoyable. The Disney Zorro series, that is. I even like the 1990 Zorro series, but that's a little more harder to come by these days. We will get to Zorro at some point, which, at some point. I've reviewed a few. But anyway, stabs him through the heart. Nice gag there. It doesn't hurt him. There's no blood. He gives the sword back and says, well, we're throwing you you're going to go fight in the arena. So Jaina goes to Galgo. He gives him until the hourglass runs out. And she calls him. They have a daydream. He sees him getting married. The sands of time, so go the days of their lives. They wake up, he's still back in jail, and they're coming to get him. So there's the arena. There's the fight there with one of the thieves who they just kill because El Kareem's just evil, as in fruits of the devil. And they drag him off with an elephant because they got an elephant, so they might as well get it on screen. Horns blow. I mean, this is a very colorful movie. This is one thing you don't see in Seven Voyages of Sinbad is crowd scenes like this. I'm not saying good or for bad, but you don't see it. And Guy Williams is so good and, so athletic. I mean, I do like all the Sinbads for various reasons. And out of Harryhausen's Sinbads, John Philip Law is very good. And when we get to the Golden Voyage of Sinbad, we'll find out why. So he tells him, you don't want to know what you're about to face. She begs for mercy and says, I'll marry you. Give him a weapon. So he does, but we don't see, a green cloud comes out. Is that a methane cloud? But no, it leaves footprints, shades of the sound of horror.
Oh, gee, what was that?
It was frightening, wasn't it?
It was horror.
Hey, you know what, Colin?
What, Ryan?
That's what all the songs in this CD set are about. Horror.
Are you saying that every song on this CD album has to do with horror?
You bet I am.
So there's a lot of running around. You don't see it. So it is kind of a cheat, but it works. The invisible beast dumps over a flame. It falls on a bunch of people. But, it's trick photography, so no one's really hurt. Sinbad gets away. He dumps over another one, lands on the invisible thing, and kills it. It's like, okay. I mean, yeah, it's no Sinbad versus the skeleton. But what is? He meets up with his crew again. They're all happy to see him, and they go off to rescue Princess Jaina. So they sneak in. They find her. It's a trap. And another fight breaks out, and they make their way over to Galgo, who's drinking again. And every time he hiccups or burps, a little bit of smoke comes out, which is a nice touch. He threatens him. He turns into a wide variety of animals, including a goat. But he finally says you have to go to that island and find his heart, which is protected. No one's ever made it alive. The men show up. He says, I've been drinking. I don't know what you're talking about. And they meet up this one writer here, and I don't know who that was. So they're plotting deviltry, and now we get on to there, and they're trying to break in here. Rolf goes and breaks the chains, and now we see it there. Now this, and he's like, Sinbad's not coming back. He's dead. And the king's like, well, you got to marry him because they'll kill me. Now they have quite a few of his sailors who get waylaid by a bunch of traps here. We've got man-eating plants. We've got sucking, probably Scylla down there sucking away. No, not Scylla, Charybdis. And there is Jafar, who is doomed because he wanders off. We know he's toast, and he gets eaten by crocodiles. But they just take it in stride, and Sinbad says, if you want to go back, that's cool. I can't make anyone. Next day, she's waiting her fate because they're going to crush her to death with an elephant. I mean, I like the sets. It's just fun to see practical, real sets with fire and these guys running through it. Another guy gets toasted, and now we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-headed dragon of some kind, which is pretty impressive. Now the heads don't do a lot, but they're different. Maybe it's the Hydra, but they fight it, and they're so close. So there they go. They fight it, they stab it, and it comes down. So they've made heads. See, very workable heads. But the crew runs up there and drops a big rock on it, falls over, and dies. It's a little anticlimactic. It's not any dragon versus the Cyclops. Sorry, guys, or even Galligantua versus the Kraken from from Jack the Giant Killer. But there they go. And now they're ready. They're going to kill her because they've got the elephant there to step on her and scoosh her. But their bell rings when when Sinbad climbs up there. He's like, what's going on? Like, where? Nobody, and they all tell him nobody heard a bell because they didn't, although Galgo did. Boy, she is cranky. I don't know that he'd want to be married to her. No wonder he's going to crush her. So up he goes. He gets to the top. And there's the heart, which looks like a satin pillow, but it beats and it glows. And it's got a giant hand. It's a Kirby hand, too. If you know Jack the King Kirby, how he drew his fists. It threatens him, but Sinbad throws the hook that he got from his sailor. And whoa! That gets El Karim's attention. He beats the hand, makes it destroy himself, and off they go. Get up there, and there's the heart. We have a sword fight battle, which is very nice because, again, I don't know if El Karim, who's played by Pedro, I don't know what sword training he has, but he probably fenced. I mean, it was a thing back then, probably a thing now. It's really great exercise. I'd still love to do it. Fight, but he's fighting Zorro. It's not going to work. Galgo wakes up, throws the burning heart down. He gets stabbed. The heart blows up. The blood comes out. He falls over. The end. And now, look, that's the end of the movie. Fireworks. We got a fire breather. I don't even know. He did really well. I mean, gee, many Christmas. Then they're getting married. Galgo says that wasn't a vision. That was a prophecy that we saw earlier. And that's where he says that. And I don't know who this woman is. She's unnamed. So this is the first time she makes an appearance. His crew is all happy. The end. You are watching Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Xenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program.
Stop action both on and off the track with Speed Racer. Watch him weekdays at 3:30 on WSNS TV 44 Chicago.
All right, my fellow agents, I hope you've enjoyed that swashbuckler as much as I. Since Balak, we talked about him on Friday. But tomorrow we will be talking about 4 more episodes of Speed Racer. We're into the 30s now, less than 20 episodes to go, I think. But until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And go, Speed Racer, go!
Alloy wheels, chrome details, custom paint, premium stereo. The Mystery Machine has room for 5. And the power and handling you expect from a quality driving machine. What the? Oh! Speed Racer on Cartoon Network.
Dogs should not drive.